And that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro. Like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody knew him in amateurs.
One thing I can say, though, because, I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff. Right. Yeah. Tio can fight.
The boxing world was shocked after a sparring leak showed Keyshawn Davis knocking out Shakur Stevenson. The clip showed Davis' skill and perfect timing and proved how intense top-level training really is. Davis also said Teofimo Lopez is a strong fighter and shared that he has seen both Stevenson and Lopez compete since their amateur days. His view makes it clear that talent is everywhere, but preparation speed and smart strategy decide who truly takes control in the ring.
Against Shakur playing out, because you want me to tell you the truth, like, this fight could have been the winner's bracket fight. In other words, they're jumping to it, but at the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Tio is eventually going to start picking it up and start imposing his will. Right. And then, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Keshin Davis recalls his sparring session with Shakur Stevenson, saying it wasn't personal, just competitive. He explains that stepping into the ring, he couldn't land clean shots while Stevenson's counters connected easily. Despite this, he kept pressing forward, realizing that letting up could cost him. The intense exchange taught him respect for Stevenson's skill and reinforced the value of persistence and focus.
I'm confident. I'm knowing I'm about to go in here and beat him up, right? Man, I get in the ring, man. Why I cannot hit this man, right? I cannot hit him, but he touching me. So I'm like, oh, this is different.
He different.
Like, he different. So I just keep, 14, he's 16. I just keep going, I just keep going. So some's getting through, some not, some getting through, some getting not. And I felt as if I was to step off the gas pedal, he was gonna get me. So I just had to keep going, you feel me? And I know he explained that a lot of times in interviews, like that's why he respect me so much, because in that sparring right there, I didn't respect him at all. I was just trying to dog him up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro, like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular.
Shakur Stevenson has been working extremely hard during his fight camp, showing strong focus and serious dedication. He treats every training session with discipline as he improves his technique, boosts his speed, and builds his stamina. Stevenson's effort is not limited to physical work alone. He studies his opponents, breaks down game plans, and imagines different fight situations, so he is mentally prepared. His camp is built around consistency, accuracy, and steady progress in every part of his skill set. By staying this locked in, Shakur plans to step into the ring fully ready, confident, and in top shape, prepared to follow his plan and deliver his best performance.
Time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. That's why I keep saying I'm the best. Niggas don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this shit so bad. So bad. Shit easy, gang. Easy, man. Easy. Always easy, man. You already know. Always easy, man. This supposed to be a sprint. Let's go. This ain't no sprint. No, it's a jump.
Shakur Stevenson has been working extremely hard during his fight camp, showing strong focus and serious dedication. He treats every training session with discipline as he improves his technique, boosts his speed, and builds his stamina. Stevenson's effort is not limited to physical work alone. He studies his opponents, breaks down game plans, and imagines different fight situations, so he is mentally prepared. His camp is built around consistency, accuracy, and steady progress in every part of his skill set. By staying this locked in, Shakur plans to step into the ring fully ready, confident, and in top shape, prepared to follow his plan and deliver his best performance.
It's family, bro. Like, I'm never, ever fighting Shakur, you know what I'm saying? It's not even gonna feel right.
What were some of the experiences, like, with you guys growing up, like, as young men and young teenagers in Virginia? Like, what some of those things that shaped you to know, like, he's my brother, man, I could never do that?
Yeah, the moment when I was like, all right, yeah, Shakur, I genuinely actually got real love for you was when I was going through my deep depression times. Even before I was going into the mental home, I used to tell my brother a lot. But then I started like backing off from my little brother because he was my little brother. I started talking to Shakur a lot about like how I was feeling and how I was thinking and what I was doing to myself. And Shakur was just giving me advice that I really like taking and like, damn, okay, I got you and stuff like that. And then I end up going to the mental home and, you know, like he calling me in there, checking up on me and stuff like that. I get out of the mental home, he pulling up on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I get back in the gym, make sure I continue to do what I love. So
On the Ariel Helwani show, Shakur Stevenson openly discussed his upcoming fight against Teofimo Lopez. Stevenson, known for his sharp skills and smart approach in the ring, responded to critics who questioned his readiness and ability to face Lopez. He showed full confidence in himself and said Lopez has never faced someone on his level. Stevenson made it clear this fight will be different from anything Lopez has experienced and said his speed game plan and ability to adjust will push Lopez into new territory. He explained that his focus is on preparation and performance, not the noise around the fight, which shows his drive to improve and reach the top. His words showed strong belief in himself and a clear understanding of what it takes to beat a powerful and respected opponent like Lopez. Stevenson also spoke about staying true to his style and said he will not change who he is just to please others or get into wild exchanges. He plans to fight with control, using distance, timing and pace to take advantage of any mistakes Lopez makes. By staying calm and using his boxing mind, Stevenson aims to control the fight from the very first bell. This mindset shows his growth as a fighter and explains why many see him as one of the smartest young talents in boxing today.
Cool. I mean, that's their opinion. Like, you know, they could say that. But I know he never fought nobody on my level. Like, I'm 1,000,000% sure that T.O. has never seen nobody as good as me in his life.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terrence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. Bud is too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terrence?
I'm not gonna say he's on a Terrence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things with him that puts him at a high level.
One thing that was interesting to me was it seemed like you were going to move on from Matchroom, but now Eddie Hearn is involved in this, and this is a Matchroom event, it seems like. I know it's a ring card too, but he's promoting it here in the United States. So what is the state of your relationship with Eddie and Matchroom at this point?
Eddie's my guy. I'm actually not signed to Matchroom, but he's my guy. I'm a big fan of Eddie Hearn, and nothing but respect to him, but I'm glad he's the promoter that's on this card. I'm glad to share the spotlight with his promotional company.
So if he's your guy, how come you're not signed to Matchroom?
I mean, it's just business. If it makes sense, then I will. You know, if it come down to it and that's what makes sense, then we'll do it. But right now, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, so are you just more of like your own man at this point? Your own entity?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you negotiate with the ring people, with Turkey? You just do that yourself?
No, me and my...
Boozy Ennis, a respected boxing analyst and commentator, shared his view on the Stevenson-Lopez fight. Ennis gave a clear warning to Teofimo Lopez and said overlooking Shakur Stevenson would be a serious error. He explained that Stevenson's speed is not just about being fast, but works as a key weapon that helps him control moments, avoid punches, and set up clean counters. Ennis pointed out that fighters who depend only on power and ignore timing and movement often struggle against Stevenson. According to Ennis, Lopez must fully respect Stevenson's ability because the mix of sharp thinking and quick movement makes the young champion a very dangerous challenge inside the ring.
And I gotta tell everybody that what you call him is real athletic too, Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Tio got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, you know, they got the weight and all that. I see Shakur box big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like moves, you know, they box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Till come in. Till come at him. You know what I mean? He's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. You know, not them guys, muscle-bound guys come in and they tell me, oh, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished.
Dan Rafael, a longtime boxing journalist, shared his thoughts on the matchup by pointing out the strong careers and abilities of both fighters. He described the fight as a meeting between a skilled technical boxer in Stevenson and a fast, powerful athlete in Lopez. Rafael recognized that Lopez can shift a fight with one big shot while also praising Stevenson's disciplined ring awareness and defensive control. He said this contrast in styles makes the fight exciting because each fighter brings strengths that could decide the result depending on how the action unfolds.
A bona fide world champion in 2 divisions. He was the champion at lightweight, had most of the belts, defeated Lomachenko. He did suffer the upset loss to Kambosos. There were some physical issues there that we didn't know about going into the fight, not to make excuses for him. But regardless, he came back and even though maybe he didn't shine and scintillate maybe in some of those fights after that, when it came time to step up and take on the champ, which was Josh Taylor, he shined in that fight. So when Teofimo is matched, in a big time opponent, he's delivered, and he's done it, a number of times. And, he looked really good against Taylor. And Shakur, by the way, similar thing. He's been flawless through his career. He maybe not the most exciting at times, but Shakur Stevenson gets the job done. He has won titles from featherweight up to lightweight. When his back was against the wall, quote unquote, and everybody had big expectations, and he had a lot of pressure on him not to make it a boring fight and all that kind of business. What did he do in his last fight against William Zepeda? He stood in the pocket, he fought the guy, and he won handily. He shut him out basically. He won like 10 rounds to 2. I mean, he fought a unification fight against Oscar Valdez, like a fighter that, even though he might have been favored, thought maybe Oscar could do some damage because he was a good puncher and had a great amateur background and a great chin and all those types of things. And he went out there and he routed him also. I mean, so, these are 2 of the best young elite fighters in boxing. And their fight has been talked about for a long time. They spent most of their careers together at Top Rank, which is a fight. If you ever ask Bob Arum, he'll tell you that was a fight that Top Rank, down the road had their eye on at some point when they were going to be, closer in weight to each other. Because obviously Teofimo had started off, a little bit heavier than Shakur, but they would eventually catch up to each other. They're both Olympians, by the way. Teofimo he's American, but he fought for his parents' country of Honduras in that same Olympic Games. It was Shakur Stevenson winning a silver medal for the United States. I mean, they have all kinds of accomplishment. I do think they have healthy respect for each other. They know each other for all the years being at Top Rank events together. They fought on the same undercard twice when the main event was Terrence Crawford, who was obviously very close to Shakur, but Teofimo was on those shows also. So, and they're doing it in the right place. This is not a fight they're taking to a place that doesn't make sense. All respect to the big matches they do in Saudi Arabia, but this is the kind of fight that belonged in America, and it didn't belong in Las Vegas. It belongs in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Teofimo is from Brooklyn. Shakur is from Newark, New Jersey, which is a 5-minute train ride from Midtown Manhattan. I mean, it's got everything you want to see. The Garden hasn't had.
Tim Bradley, a former world champion and respected analyst, broke down the fight by focusing on its technical meaning and importance for boxing. He said this matchup shows how the sport is changing as top young fighters face each other to decide who leads the next era. Bradley compared this moment to the rise of Devin Haney and explained that fighters like Shakur Stevenson represent a new wave built on skill, flexibility, and smart decision-making along with power. He said this fight gives both Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez a chance to prove where they stand in the sport while showing how modern boxing blends strength with technique. Bradley added that Stevenson sets a high standard with accuracy, speed, and tactical awareness, which forces opponents to improve. Lopez, known for his explosive style and athletic gifts, must adjust to Stevenson's calm and controlled approach. Bradley noted that young fighters watching can learn from both men by studying Stevenson's discipline and method and Lopez's ability to use power under pressure. He closed by saying this fight matters not only for the fighters but for boxing itself, as it reflects the sport's ongoing evolution.
He's setting the trend. Devin Haney setting the trend. Yeah. Yep, he's setting the trend. Now all these young guys starting to test themselves against each other now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see who the best is, yo. And then the winner of this fight right here needs to fight Devin Haney. Why not? Why not? Keep it going. Keep it going. But anyways, look, this is a message, man. Anybody that's going to be working that hard, y'all better make sure y'all do y'all damn homework. I'm talking about any commentators, any host, anybody. Do your damn homework, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to be one of them fights where it's going to be rock 'em, sock 'em, both guys hitting each other and stuff like that. No, it's going to be small, little nuancey type of things that if you don't know what you watching, you can't tell us what the hell is going on. All the fans at home going to be like, what's going on? You know? That they don't have the knowledge that you supposed to have to give us some food for our damn thoughts. So do your damn homework on this, okay? Oh, that go for everybody that's gonna be calling this fight, because there's every offense that, or every type of any offense that's gonna be landed, it's gonna have to be earned or set up. Both these guys are intelligent, right? Teofimo Lopez, explosive as hell. He's smart as well. Shoot, you gotta remember, this man was the first man to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, well before Haney. Yeah, So, look, check this out. And you already know Shakur Stevenson. You know what he bringing to the ring. Defense first. Yep, defense first. You ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna get mine when I get mine, and when I want to get mine, but you ain't getting nothing. So look.
Lev Lopez often reaches his best form only when pushed by top competition, and that his true level depends on who stands across from him. Against Shakur Stevenson, Lopez is expected to fight at his highest standard, where sharp timing, clean execution, and full use of his reflexes are required. This suggests the matchup will force both fighters to show their best, with Lopez needing his speed, power, and ring awareness to stay competitive. The breakdown also stressed that Lopez's natural aggression and attacking mindset must be balanced with control and patience. Against a fighter like Stevenson, careless exchanges or rushed attacks can be punished quickly. Stevenson's control of distance, ability to read patterns and anticipate moves, makes the task even tougher for Lopez.
Shakur Stevenson, because they are elite fighters, he needs that to bring out the very best in him. I just can't see how it's possible that whilst Teofimo, we've seen a ceiling with him in terms of he's been beaten by certain opponents, we know that he can lose in the ring, but I don't know if that's a genuine ceiling, because I think that his ceiling is actually one of the most changeable in boxing based on who's in front of him. And so actually, I think there's a very, very good chance we're going to see the best.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one.